It's Steve Says with Dr. Steve Yanni, bringing you the news and updates that you've been wanting. Get ready, the news is coming from the school district of Upper Dublin. Steve says, it's time to see what Steve says.
Hello, Upper Dublin. This is Steve Yanni, your superintendent of school, with some district messages. I want to start by congratulating all of our students who participated in our recent shows and concerts, and those students who had their artwork on display at our recent Allied Art Show. It's great to see these traditions come back after a 2-year hiatus, and it's also great that we have live audiences coming back to our buildings. It's really wonderful to see these traditions come back and really be better than ever. The excitement during the Allied Art Show and the excitement during some of our other shows and our concerts has really been palpable. So we really want to thank everyone for rejoining us as we take more steps towards normalcy here in the district. And of course, we want to thank all of our students who are excelling on the athletic field. This evening, the Board of School Directors will recognize our athletes from this year in our annual recognition ceremony. As excited as we are to return to normal or to resume normal operations, I do want to remind everyone that last week, the CDC moved Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, from a low level of community transmission to a medium level of community transmission. So what does that mean? It means in this phase, masks are recommended, not required. And we're going to continue the mitigation efforts that we have in place, making sure that we're distancing students, promoting good hand hygiene, and very importantly, that we stay home from school and work when we're not feeling well. We don't want anything to come in between us and the end of the school year. We want to end the school year in a very strong and positive way. So we're going to continue our mitigation efforts. Please remember, though, that as you learn of outbreaks, whether those outbreaks are in classrooms or on buses, that masks are recommended in those situations as well. Not required, but recommended. As you might imagine, as the school year draws to a close, this is always the time where we have to be honest with ourselves that sometimes student behavior is not as good as it could be. So as we reinforce good, strong behavioral expectations here at school, we're asking parents, guardians, families, and caretakers to reinforce with your students at home that it's really important to end the school year in a strong and positive way to maintain good and appropriate behaviors so that we don't have to enact discipline and have students lose privileges as we move towards the end of the year, which is such a celebratory time for everyone involved. This week, we have the annual UD Medal Ceremony, and we're so excited that we'll be able to recognize and honor this year's winners. Amy Gelman, who is a special ed teacher at Jarretttown Elementary, will be celebrated as the Teacher of the Year, and Barb Mass, who happens to be a math teacher at our high school, will be recognized as the Community Member of the Year. Eric's Pharmacy is being recognized as the Business of the Year for their work in supporting the district in our vaccination clinics. And our two students, Willow Kaplan and Luke Price, will be recognized for being Students of the Year. We're very excited to recognize all of these winners. And again, it will be nice to have an in-person medal ceremony as we return to normal conditions here in the district. This is also a big week inside the school district. The new Sandy Run Middle School will reach a milestone this week. That milestone is something we call substantial completion. That means the majority of the interior of the building will be finished, and the district will take ownership of the building and start preparing it for occupancy. There is still a ton of work to be done outside, and there are still some things to be done inside, but we're really excited to reach substantial completion later this week. Our community should stay tuned to district listserv information because we are in the process of planning a building dedication and grand opening ceremony, and that'll take place this summer. So you'll want to stay tuned for that. Finally, over the weekend, there were more news reports about violence in our country. And I want to take this opportunity to remind everyone in our district that as a district, we say that all students and all people matter. And quite frankly, I sum it up by saying all means all in Upper Dublin. So we welcome everyone. We welcome people of all sizes, colors, cultures, genders, orientations, beliefs, religion, and ages. Everybody matters in Upper Dublin. We want to make sure that our students and our staff and all members of our community are seen and heard for the gifts and the talents that they bring with them. Please remember that. As we continue our equity and empowerment work, we will continue to develop and sustain structures inside our district to make sure that every student that walks through our door knows that they're seen, valued, and that they have a sense of belonging. Please remember what I always say, your kids are my kids. If I can be of any assistance, please reach out to me at any time. And I look forward to connecting with you over the next couple of weeks as we end the 2021-2022 school year and prepare for the 22-23 school year, our best year yet. Thank you and have a great week, Upper Dublin.
Have a great week, Upper Dublin.